The van screeched to a halt in the dead of night, and they dragged me out like I was trash, my wrists bound with zip ties that bit into my skin. I was 18, sold by my own family in rural Georgia because they couldn't stomach who I loved, men, not women, and that made me worthless in their eyes. But as the buyers circled, laughing about breaking me in, a gunshot cracked the air, and chaos erupted. That's when he appeared, a stranger with fire in his eyes, pulling me from the abyss and whispering, "You're safe now, I've got you." His name was Jordan Hayes, a former cop turned activist in Atlanta, running an underground network to rescue kids like me from the shadows of human trafficking. He didn't look like a hero at all, with messy blonde hair and scars from his own rough past, but in that moment, as he cut my ties and bundled me into his beat-up truck, he became my lifeline. We sped away from the warehouse district, sirens wailing in the distance, and I collapsed against the seat, my body shaking from days of fear and starvation. Jordan glanced over, his voice steady but laced with empathy. "What's your name, kid?" "Alex," I muttered, my throat raw. "Alex Ramirez." "They?" "My parents. They found my text to a guy at school and decided I was better off gone." He nodded, gripping the wheel tighter. "I've seen it too many times. Families who think love is a sin if it doesn't fit their mold. But you're out now. We'll get you help." We drove through the night, crossing state lines into Tennessee to evade any tales. Jordan's safe house was a modest cabin in the Smoky Mountains, hidden among pines that whispered secrets to the wind. He gave me clean clothes, hot soup, and a bed that didn't feel like a cage. For the first time in weeks, I slept without nightmares clawing at me. The next morning, sunlight filtered through the curtains, and I found Jordan in the kitchen, brewing coffee. He was older than me by about 10 years, 30-something, with a quiet strength that made my chest ache in ways I didn't understand yet. "Eat," he said, sliding a plate of eggs and toast my way. "Then we'll talk about next steps." I devoured the food, hunger overriding my wariness. Why do this? Risk your life for strangers? His eyes softened. "Because I was you once. Grew up in a small town in Ohio. Got kicked out at 16 for being gay. Ended up on the streets. Nearly got pulled into the same hell. Someone saved me, a mentor who showed me there's life beyond the hate. Now, I pay it forward." His words hit like a punch, stirring something deep inside. I wasn't alone. Over the days that followed, Jordan helped me navigate the bureaucracy, fake IDs to protect my identity, therapy sessions via video with a counselor who specialized in LGBTQ survivors, and connections to support groups in Nashville. But it wasn't just the practical stuff. It was the late-night talks on the porch, sharing stories under the stars. One evening, as fireflies danced around us, I confessed, I thought I was broken. My dad said God hated people like me. Jordan leaned forward, his hand brushing mine accidentally, or maybe not. "God's got nothing to do with their hate. Love is love. Alex, you deserve it. Freely given." That touch lingered, sparking a warmth I hadn't felt before. But doubt crept in. Was this real? Or just gratitude twisting into something more? Jordan kept his distance. Professional. But I caught him watching me with a tenderness that made my heart race. Weeks turned into months, and the threats didn't stop. My traffickers were part of a larger ring, and they wanted me back as an example. Jordan's network picked up chatter hitmen scouting the area. We had to move, heading west to Colorado, where he had allies in Denver. The road trip was tense, but it bonded us. We stopped at diners, sharing burgers and laughs over bad country music, in a motel outside Kansas City. After a close call with a suspicious tale, adrenaline surged, and I kissed him impulsively. He pulled back, eyes wide. Alex, you're vulnerable. I can't take advantage. I'm not a kid. I insisted, my voice trembling. This isn't Stockholm Syndrome. You've given me space to heal, to choose. He cupped my face gently. Then choose when you're ready. No rush. That respect ignited a fire in me. In Denver, we settled into a small apartment above a bookstore run by Jordan's friend, Maria, a fierce Latina lesbian who'd escaped her own horrors. She became my confidant, teaching me self-defense and reminding me of my worth. But the past clawed back. One night, a package arrived, photos of me from the trafficking days. With a note, "We'll find you." Panic gripped me, and I spiraled, yelling at Jordan that he should have left me to rot. He held me through the storm, whispering, "You're not nothing. Alex, you're everything to me." In that vulnerability, love bloomed. We shared our first real kiss under the Rocky Mountain shadow, slow and tentative, building to a passion that healed old wounds. Jordan's touch was reverent, his love a balm for my scars. Yet danger loomed. The ring's leader, a man named Victor Kane, had ties to corrupt officials. Jordan's team uncovered a plot to raid our safe haven. We prepared, fortifying the apartment. But emotions ran high. "I can't lose you," I told him one dawn, our bodies entwined after a night of whispered promises. "You won't," he vowed. "We'll fight together." The raid came at midnight. Gunfire echoed as Kane's men stormed in. Jordan shielded me, taking a graze to the arm. But we fought back with Maria's help and reinforcements from the network. In the chaos, I faced Kane, the man who'd bought me like cattle. "You're done," I spat, disarming him with moves Maria taught. Police sirens wailed, clean cops this time, tipped off by Jordan. Kane was arrested, the ring dismantled. In the aftermath, as Jordan's wound was bandaged, he pulled me close. "You saved us too. Alex, you're strong." We rebuilt in San Francisco, a city of fog and freedom. I enrolled in community college, studying social work to help others like me. Jordan proposed on a cliff overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge, a simple ring symbolizing choice. "I choose you," I said, tears mingling with the sea spray. "Freely. Forever." Our wedding was small, surrounded by survivors turned family. In a world that tried to sell me as nothing, Jordan gave me a home, his love, and the ultimate gift, the freedom to love him back. And in that, we found our humanity, proving that love conquers even the darkest chains. As we danced under string lights in our backyard, I reflected on the journey from betrayal to redemption. It wasn't just about us. It was a testament to resilience, to the LGBTQ community fighting for visibility and rights across America. In states where laws still lagged, our story whispered hope. You are not nothing. You are worthy of love, chosen and true. But life after the happily ever after brought its own trials. Settling in San Francisco meant navigating a new normal. I started therapy in earnest, unpacking the trauma that surfaced in nightmares, flashes of the van, the buyer's leers, my parents' cold farewell. Jordan was patient, holding me through the sobs. But he had his demons too. His past as a cop haunted him. He'd lost partners to corruption, fueling his vigilante path. One evening, over dinner at a cozy Italian spot in North Beach, he opened up. "I worry I'm not enough for you. Alex, you've got your whole life ahead, college. Dreams. What if you outgrow me?" I reached across the table, intertwining our fingers. "You are my dream. Without you, I'd still be lost." That reassurance deepened our bond. But external pressures mounted. Anti-LGBTQ legislation in other states made headlines, reminding us of the fragility of our peace. Jordan ramped up his activism, speaking at rallies, while I volunteered at a youth shelter, mentoring queer teens facing rejection. Then came the call that shattered our calm. My younger brother, Miguel, reached out from Georgia. Alex, it's me. Mom and Dad. They're gone. Car accident. I found your old journal. I know what they did. Shock numbed me. Miguel, only 15, was alone, inheriting the family farm but grappling with his own identity to come out as bi to a friend, fearing the same fate as me. Jordan didn't hesitate. We'll go get him. The trip back east was fraught with emotion. Driving through familiar landscapes, memories assaulted me. The church where I'd been prayed over, the school where I'd hidden my crushes. We arrived at the farm under a stormy sky, finding Miguel huddled on the porch, eyes red from crying. He looked up, tentative. You came. Of course, I said, pulling him into a hug. Family isn't blood, it's who shows up. Jordan helped load Miguel's things, and we brought him home to California. Adjusting wasn't easy. Miguel carried guilt over our parents' actions, but therapy and our support helped him heal. He flourished in San Francisco's vibrant community, joining pride events and making friends. Watching him grow, I saw echoes of my own journey. One afternoon, as we hiked in Muir Woods, redwoods towering like guardians, Miguel turned to me. Thanks for showing me love doesn't have to hurt. Jordan squeezed my hand. That's what we do, build homes where none existed. Our family expanded when we adopted a rescue dog, a scrappy mutt named Hope, symbolizing our second chances. Intimacy between Jordan and me evolved too, from passionate nights to tender mornings. Each moment a choice reaffirmed. But drama returned when Victor Kane's trial loomed. As a key witness, I had to testify, facing him in court. Anxiety gripped me, but Jordan stood by, practicing lines, reminding me of my strength. In the Atlanta courtroom, under harsh lights, I stared Kane down. You treated me like nothing, but I'm here, alive, loved. Your chains broke because good people fight back. The jury convicted him, a victory for countless victims. Media coverage highlighted our story, inspiring donations to anti-trafficking orgs and sparking dialogues on family rejection of LGBTQ youth. Back home, Jordan and I celebrated with a quiet picnic on Baker Beach, waves crashing like applause. We've come so far, he murmured, kissing my forehead. And we've got forever to go, I replied. As years passed, our love matured into something profound, a beacon for others. I graduated, starting a nonprofit with Jordan, Chosen Homes, providing safe havens for trafficked queer individuals. Miguel, now in college, volunteered with us, his bisexuality embraced. One crisp autumn day, we renewed vows in Golden Gate Park, surrounded by allies. I choose you again, Jordan said, voice thick with emotion. And I you, I echoed, heart full. In America's tapestry of struggle and triumph, our tale wove threads of hope from sale to salvation, proving that love, freely chosen, is the ultimate freedom. Challenges didn't vanish. Bigotry lingered in pockets of the country, with bills targeting trans rights and same-sex marriage under threat. We marched in protests, from D.C. to L.A., our voices joining the chorus for equality. Personally, Jordan faced health scaries, shoulder injury from the raid flaring up, requiring surgery. I nursed him through recovery, our roles reversing, strengthening our partnership. Intimacy deepened in vulnerability. One night, post-surgery, as I traced his scars, he whispered, "You're my home, Alex." "And you're mine," I replied, our bodies melding in gentle affirmation. Miguel's first heartbreak, a boyfriend who ghosted, brought us closer as a family. We consoled him over ice cream, sharing stories of resilience. Love hurts sometimes, Jordan said, but the right one makes it worth it. He found that in time, dating a kind artist named Sam, introducing him at Thanksgiving. Our table overflowed with gratitude, a far cry from my lonely past. Professionally, Chosen Homes grew, opening branches in New York and Chicago. Success stories poured in, a trans girl from Texas finding safety, a gay boy from Alabama rebuilding his life. Each one mirrored my own, fueling our mission. Yet, a ghost from Jordan's past emerged. His ex-mentor, Elias, now elderly, contacted him, revealing he'd been in hiding after exposing corruption. Elias needed help relocating, and we obliged, welcoming him into our circle. Elias's tales of early gay rights fights inspired us. "You kids are carrying the torch," he said, eyes twinkling. In quiet moments, Jordan and I dreamed of the future, maybe kids of our own through adoption, expanding our family further. On our 10th anniversary, we vacationed in Hawaii, toes in sand, watching sunsets. From that warehouse to here, I marveled. All because we chose each other, Jordan said, pulling me close. Our love wasn't just romance. It was activism, healing, humanity. In a world that sold souls, we bought back our dignity, offering it to others. And in choosing freely, we found eternal home. As Chosen Homes celebrated its 5th year, we hosted a gala in San Francisco's historic Castro district. Drag queens performed, survivors shared testimonies, and donors pledged support. I stood on stage with Jordan, Miguel, and now Sam, our family complete. 10 years ago, I was sold like nothing. I began, voice steady, but love gave me everything. Let's ensure no one feels worthless again. Applause thundered, but the real victory was in the eyes of attendees. Hope reignited. Later, walking home through rainbow-lit streets, Jordan kissed me under a street lamp. "Proud of you." "Of us," I corrected. Life's drama continued. A funding crisis hit when a conservative backlash targeted our org. We rallied, crowdfunding and lobbying, emerging stronger. Personally, we adopted twin siblings from foster care, a boy and girl who'd faced neglect. Parenting tested us, but Jordan's patience and my empathy shone. Nights of lullabies and story time wove new bonds. Miguel graduated, proposing to Sam at our home, the cycle of love continuing. In reflection, our story wasn't linear twists of pain and joy, but its meaning endured. Freedom to choose love is the greatest human right. As I watched our kids play in the yard, Jordan beside me, I knew we'd built more than a home. We'd forged a legacy of compassion in America's evolving landscape. And in that, we were truly free.